Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Bobby. How you doing?
Doing great. How you doing, Ed?
Can't complain. It's Tuesday after a holiday.
Well,
It's like a holiday.
yeah, I know, right? It, surprisingly enough, I don't have a house closing on Monday, but it seems like every time there's a holiday, I do. And then they're like, well, guess what? It's closing on Tuesday.
I had all mine closed today.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not today. What am I thinking today? I meant Friday.
Yeah.
One of those days, I tell you.
I can say it. Every day is like a Saturday for me, man, with the kids out of school.
I could see that. And that's what I've been lately. Once I'm like, you have to enjoy every day, right? Don't live for the weekends. Don't live for the evenings.
Yeah.
Just enjoy. So instead of going to work out somewhere, I go home and work out lunch and then jump in the pool afterwards and then come back to work. And
yeah,
you just got to enjoy it. You can't not enjoy it. It goes by too fast.
It does. It does. Oh my gosh. Trust me. I was like, I was had a request for at church, right, to be on the worship team, and it's for July. I was like, July, and I was like, wait a minute. I was like, yeah, we're like
2 weeks.
2 weeks away from July, man. What happened to this year?
No, that's like I'm the president of Rotary starting July. My first meeting is July 13th.
Oh, you're gonna be busy.
Well, it's like that's my first meeting, and that was a year ago. It came so fast.
Yeah.
I hope it goes away just as fast. It's only a 1 hour. Really, it's Thursday morning, and I talk for a half hour, but I'm more conversationalist, so I'm going to get, interact with everybody. It's not going to be like some of them do, just talk and just keep talking up there. Yeah. That's not what I do.
Yeah, that's good. Got to keep it interactive. Otherwise, people just kind of check out, right?
Yeah. Well, we have guests who talk about, who I want to give them enough time to talk about what they want to talk about and then have my questions afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. And plus, I got a lot of stuff we're doing, but I mean, it's what you got to do when you're in Modesto.
Yeah.
Or anywhere you're at, you got to give back. And so you need to join a service organization or a church, whatever works for you. Or both. Yeah. Because I know people who are in both. It just depends on how much you're involved with everything, right? And how much time you have. So
yeah.
If you have kids.
I can say right now, church and sports, I'm like,
she's sports alone.
I'm trying to,
every kid's in a different one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to answer emails while I'm at a game and stuff, it's like, geez, but it is that time in life. And I don't want them to just be sitting at home because I have stuff to do. So luckily with this job, we can kind of do it wherever we're at, even though we're never really off, right? Like I'm sure on vacation, you're answering emails and stuff.
Yeah. But this last time was really hard.
Oh yeah. Cause you had bad reception, huh?
Yeah. It was when I went into town, and to do anything, it's an hour.
Yeah.
So half hour there, half hour back.
Oh, that far out.
Well, just you've got to go to Home Depot or Lowe's, or the Safeway it's 20, say it's 15 miles or even 10 miles. It's going to take 25 miles to get there, because if you can only go so fast, right? 25 miles an hour on a road, or 30.
Yeah. That's something people don't think about. Like my grandpa lived up in Long Barn for almost 40 years.
Wow. During the winter and everything, huh?
Oh yeah.
Dang.
And so when he went to town, he was like, went to Sonora, he was very intentional. I mean, he had a list and he did not forget something, because it's like, okay, especially in the snow, if they just plowed, but it's still snowing, you get one shot.
Yeah. I can't imagine living up there, because, our house is right above that in Cold Springs. And
yeah,
with the amount of snow and where we are, I just couldn't see that because of our stairs. He probably had more of a acreage in place, or was it like a cabin where you had a lot of stairs?
No, he had a good number of stairs. Yeah, it was an A-frame cabin.
Oh wow.
But yeah. I mean, so that's why he eventually moved to Sonora once he was in his 80s, because he's like, I can't do the snow anymore.
Yeah.
And you know how it is up there, man. Like it could be cold, but there's no snow on the ground. You wake up in the morning, there's 4 feet.
Yeah, and it's a lot to move.
Yeah.
And for us, I mean, all of our storage is below the cabin, so to bring up the snowplow, it's not even worth it.
Yeah,
because by the time the first year I did it, I put on one of those snow discs and carried it up behind me. Yeah. It was like, that was hard. But enough about the snow, because we're in summer.
Yeah. So now we just got to worry about the snow melting, right? Too fast.
And it is, of course.
Yeah.
But what are you going to do? It's going to go right out to the ocean.
Yep.
Yeah. We're not going to save any of it. More water's gone out to the ocean than we have conserved over the past 10 years. That's just my estimate.
No, that's a good assumption. Yeah.
It's like we conserved all that water that one time, and then Orville Dam broke, right? And then within a few hours, everything we conserved was gone.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a while ago. I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's just the same thing. We can't conserve our way out of any drought. It's not us individuals, it's companies and ag and that kind of stuff. They use 75% of the water.
Well, that and there's so many environmentalists fighting us from creating new water storage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like they don't want us to dam up any kind of little creek or stream because they're worried about the fish. So,
The fish does better in a dam.
Yeah,
they have plenty of water.
I can say I guess we could talk a lot about that, but then
that's not what we're talking about. We should be talking about real estate, because I mean, going forward, I see that it's going to get busier and busier for the next month or two. The summer rush.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be longer. I think it's going to throughout as rates come down this year. They will eventually, but some experts are saying we're not going to see major declines until next year.
But like you said, if for some reason, towards the end of summer, all of a sudden we see a drop in rates, then that busy season is going to extend probably all the way through fall, right?
Yeah, just because we don't have enough inventory.
Yeah.
I mean, if rates got to 5%, you'd see so many people going, okay, I'm going to move now. I'm going to do this. Yeah. But I know a lot of people who go, we were thinking about selling our house, but then we looked at the rate to buy the new one and we just don't want to do it right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm in the same boat, man. You and I talked about that before because we're looking for a bigger house.
Right. And everybody's telling that Barry Habib, the big guru out there, he's like, tell your clients, do not wait to purchase their house. Do it now, even though the rate's higher. Do it now because you're going to wish you did, because prices are going to continue to go up. Multiple offers, more and more people, every 1%, you're talking about 2.5 more million people coming out, 30% in California. So just think about that. If we go down 3%, that's, close to 10 million people back out in the market.
Yep. And we'll be seeing 25 offers on every house.
Yeah, right? And that's still the problem. We still don't have enough inventory. Even if inventory comes on, we still won't. During the pandemic, we didn't have that much inventory.
Well,
it just was crazy.
Speaking of inventory, right? Like, so I've been reaching out to anybody who has rental properties, because if they've ever thought about selling them, this is an excellent time. You're not going to have a problem selling them. People think like the market just doesn't move with these interest rates, but we still have lots of buyers. I mean, we're getting multiple offers on every single property.
There's a huge pent up demand for buyers still.
So
they're like, okay, I'm going to have to suck it up.
Yeah.
I mean, I just had one close on Friday who she had her house forever and now bought in Turlock, and she knew it's the best time to buy for her to get the house she wanted right now.
Yeah.
Because you listened to us.
That's good. Never get my kids to listen to me, huh?
Doesn't happen, man. I had one of mine out of 5 buy a house at the right time.
Yeah.
You can only raise them.
Yeah.
They're going to do whatever they want to do.
You point them in the direction, right?
Right. And they're going to make mistakes, and they're going to, no matter what you tell them, because we all did.
But,
right.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I'm not there yet, man. Mine still go to their rooms for mistakes.
No, I'm talking in general. As they grow up, it doesn't matter. They're going to make mistakes, just like we did.
Well, I'm thinking, man, because so many of my friends have told me, oh, you know what? My kid's 19 years old, but they're still asking me for money, right?
They're going to be asking you for money forever.
So I think that's a separate savings fund, right?
That's just you help them out when you can.
Yeah.
Fund. I told our kids, I still pay for dinners because we make more money. But when Mom and I retire, you all have to buy our dinner.
Yeah. Yeah. Payback, right?
Yeah. I've been buying their dinner since they were born.
Yeah. I see. My threat's always, you're going to change my diapers. Right?
Yeah. They're going to say, and they'll say, we're going to put you in old folks home. Oh,
like, no,
assisted living. Yeah. That's what you'll do.
That'll be my one request is like, hey kids, I've provided for you your entire lives. Just give me a room in your house.
Yeah.
Right?
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
We'll see how that is. Oh, do we have to help out Dad again?
Yeah.
All right. So are you, we looked at numbers on Friday, Mike and I, and we're up. So we were 420 on average per day closing, and now we're up to 541 closings per day for the state of California.
Gotcha. So
if that keeps going, the problem is you can't use that number go forward, because if we do, that's 196,000 for the year, which we're not going to, that's not the way it's going to be.
No,
because you're not making up for the other 6 months that we didn't do it.
Like I say, obviously, the summertime is the big rush. So I'm sure that's why we saw an uptick in closings, right?
I just think, you look at Tuolumne County, right? They've had a uptick in listings that are coming on because people are finally, there's no snow. They can finally get them out. I mean,
Yeah.
that lake, there's a lake that we used to go to as our Rotary normally do our campsite there in June and July or whatever, or into June into July. And we can't do it. It's still, you can't get there. There's still so much snow up there.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, is that like at Dardanelles or something?
No, I forget the name of it. It's way up there because one of the owners of one of the companies, mortgage companies up there, I was talking to yesterday, and she's like, "Yeah, we have a place up here, and we had a 2-story structure. It's been on there forever, and she's like, it's destroyed, and he still, he had to take the snowmobile in to still get into it.
There's still snow up there.
Yeah, I mean, up high, we're probably talking 10,000 feet, but still, yeah, I mean, on the roads, because I don't think the road's completely open like it normally is.
Okay.
The 108 all the way up.
Yeah, up to the Sonora Pass.
Yeah, all the way, past that and all that stuff.
Yeah,
I think there's just still a lot of snow, and we had a lot of snow this year.
Yeah,
and it's got to melt, and it's amazing when it's packed in there how long it takes to melt.
Yeah, well, obviously you can tell I haven't gone up that far this year.
So what I was getting at is, so they had nothing for pretty much the first 4 months of the year, and then May happened, and they had like 3 times the amount of homes that they normally have come on and get sold and everything. And now they're having more and more people put them on because of the snow that far up. They're like, we're done. Or, we've had it for this long and we don't need it any longer. Our kids don't come up here anymore. We're done. It was good for what we had, but we're moving out. So if you want a place up there, it's a great time to go up there and buy one.
Yeah. Being down here in the Valley, like, I forget that people, especially markets, in general, are affected by weather. I know that happens like in the Midwest and Northeast, right? But like around here, typically we're closing stuff every month.
Right. And up there, it's usually they will still close stuff. It's just not as much, but everything gets slapped on in the first, spring into May.
Yeah.
Spring into summer. There's the word I was trying for. And then, in the fall until then, then it starts getting winter, and people go, okay, well, I got to close it up. I'm going to, I'm not going to rent it out during the winter, or if I am, I'm not going to sell it because I'm not going to get top dollar, which doesn't mean that. It's just, you come down some, Twain Hart and below, no problem. But once you start getting up higher, above, I'd say 5,000 feet, that's when you have to worry.
Yeah. I'm going to say my friends moved to Tahoe 7 years ago now, and they still, I mean, they're outdoors people, and they moved up there because they love every season, right? And so those kind of people, they're like, oh, snow, this is great, man. Snowboard season's extended. But for someone who doesn't want to deal with snow, yeah, that's a pain.
Well, it's a little different there because that place, it's I don't want to say it's not the same, but yes, they have ski resorts and they have people clean up all the snow, but it's not as much snow as I think even up where we are.
Oh yeah, no kidding.
I mean, there's a lot of snow there. Don't get me wrong. It just seems like this last year we had so much snow. They had, everywhere had so much snow. I mean, way records to where that was so high.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, stop talking about the past. Let's talk about
I know we're in the summer, right?
Yeah. Well, the whole thing, and that's why I have racks on my truck now, so we can go kayaking again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because took our longboards, our paddle boards up to my son's house because we never use them anymore.
Cool.
Kayaks are easier.
Yeah, true.
So that's just out there. And if you're, right now is a perfect time to buy a house. And so if you're not qualified, look out, give me a call, reach out to Bobby. We'll get you taken care of, make sure that you can get into your home. I'll pre-qualify, get you pre-approved and fully underwritten pre-approval. So you know exactly what you can do. And I'm shocked. I have some clients right now looking in Atwater and they're finding stuff at $350.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I haven't had any clients out
1,600 square feet. Well, I don't think people think about going down there.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's still some stuff. I was like, what?
I know they had some new developments down there about 9 months ago down in Merced, but those were selling off pretty quick.
Right.
Yeah.
All righty then. Let's call it a day.
Okay. Well, thanks so much, Ed.
All right. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it.
All
right, man. Sorry about that.